What's up, everyone? It's Anthony with A Crew Gaming. We are back in Satisfactory. Did take a couple days off. Not planned. I was helping my brother get his Jeep all ready for Moab. So go check out my Twitter page. You can see the kind of before we got there picture and the after we got there picture. But we worked on it from about 9:30 in the morning on Thursday until 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday. I think we stopped for dinner for a little while, but that was it. So I was wiped out, like big time, yesterday and, well, the whole time. But so that's why there was a little bit of a delay in videos. I was thinking I was going to be able to get one out yesterday, but there was no way. I was not very coherent yesterday, so my brain didn't work. I actually sat down to make a couple videos. I don't even remember when I got home. On Friday afternoon, I sat down to make a couple videos and just stared at my computer. Didn't really know what to do. So what we're going to do in this one is we are going to get this copper factory going. So you can see I had to split my belts outside because there's just not enough room in here. And of course, when I hit the record button and we were all set here, it's nighttime in the game. So it's kind of dark, but I apologize for that. But if you're playing the game, you're going to have to deal with this. So, but I did have to split the belts out here because there's not enough room, and they're all 120 per hour. So I can tell you for sure that if you have 6 belts at 120 per hour of copper, you have way too many because this is going to be massive, and I'm going to have so much wire. There's just gonna be way too much wire, but that's all right. We're gonna do it anyway. Who knows? Maybe later in the game I'll use this much. But oh no, I just fell off the edge, didn't I? Yep. I need the jetpack. I'll show you kind of what I got going on here. So I've shown you the walkways and stuff like that before. Like I said, 120 per hour is too many. You can see that I've got 38 constructors over in my taskbar over there. So you can make a lot of wire. Some of it obviously is going to go to making cable. I need 3 belts of 60 per hour over in my steel factory to make the stators, and I need to get those going so I can get my motors going. So I don't know if I need cable or anything for motors. I think I need it for some other things, but a little bit of lag here, but not too bad. And I know the lag is usually only on my end. The recording usually turns out fairly well. So, but here's what I did to split them before they got in. So you can take these belts. You can actually, I saw this on a live stream. I think Z1 Gaming was doing a live stream, or just a regular video, and he started putting these splitters in the middle of the belt. I was like, I didn't even know that was possible. So, new tricks from videos. But set this in here, ran it next to it, and then you've got your splitters. So now the 120 belt is now 2 belts of 60 per minute, and then that's works better because 60 per minute does 4 of the constructors for wire. So, and the output on these is 45 per minute. So you're going to be at 180 per minute coming out of these. So the Mark III belts are good for that. So let's see. So Mark III up to 270. So I wouldn't be able to combine 8 of the constructors onto one belt. So I'm still going to have just as many belts coming off of here as I do currently. I probably could merge, 1 or 2 of them in there, but I'll probably just keep the same amount of belts, and they'll be at 180 per minute or something like that. Which actually works out good because I need 3 belts for my stators over there, 3 belts of 60 per minute, so I can split that 3 ways, and I'll be able to just take one of these belts over there. So that will work out great. But the other end got a little bit crazier because I had so many belts to split. I had to extend the platform a little bit here, but you can see, put the splitter in up there, and then this one down here just to get everything all organized and going in the right direction. Oh jeez, there we go. And then the same thing on this side as the other side. Split the belts into 4 instead of 2. So, and then it all came together in the middle, and I think it looks pretty good. Looks pretty organized. So I'm happy with it. But this is 12 belts of copper ingots at 60 per minute. So, like I said, way too much. So we're trying to maximize all the space we can in here, and make sure that it stays 100% efficient. But what we need to do is get this second line set up, and I can set the splitters up. But if I set the splitters up first, these aren't going to be back as far as they can be. So the splitters have to be right here. But you can see there's kind of a big gap in between the two here that I don't want, because this over, 8 rows of them or so is a lot of space. So we're going to deconstruct these guys, because I can't move the constructor back one with those in place, because it says that it's infringing. So now we should be able to get our constructors all lined up here. Maybe. And then this guy is where our split is. One there. One there. And then we will have to take these guys apart. Oh, not that one. Thought I had 2 there. Only had 1. And you might hear some thunder in the background. It's kind of stormy here today. But we'll start on this end and then line it up with the rest. Just to make sure that we're in the right spot along the whole way here. So there we go. Last one. So that's this section. Now we could get all of them set. Probably is what I'm going to do. So how many spaces is it? Use these guys as our space counters here. So maybe. I guess we'll do spaces in between it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 spaces. And here comes all my notifications that there's lightning in the area, since I couldn't hear the thunder. I love those. No, I forgot. So from there, there's 1. Let's just count them in between here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 spaces in between them. Why am I stuck? There we go. So let's go to this one. Is there one that actually ends on a line? Make it a little bit easier to make sure that I'm going straight here. There's not, of course. Except for the end ones. I guess I could set that. Next one. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that should give us enough space to get this row set up, right? Alright. So that should be 14 spaces between them. And it's not. It's only 13, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's good. Destroy that guy. And then we'll get another row of constructors here. And I believe this one, yep, lines up with that one, and lines up with that one. And I guarantee you in this video we will not be able to get 2 full rows set up here, but I want to get the next chunk in there. Go to this side. Oh no. So this is saying floor is too steep, but it's because of the splitter outside, which isn't a big deal. We'll move that later and get that one set. Maybe. Come on. Perfect-ish. So the splitters themselves don't... You can put them just about anywhere, so there's no encroaching on the splitters, which is nice because you can get them really close to things, so you can, to maximize space. You can also run them under belts, so if you have a splitter that is right up next to a belt, you can run the belt first and then put the splitter underneath it. So, and I think that also gives them, that's where the opportunity to set them in the middle of belts and have them function works as well. So, like I said, splitters, I really like that feature that you don't have to have them, that they don't interfere, they don't not set because they're encroaching on something else. Makes life much easier. So that's why when we can't afford, oh, I keep doing this now that I have these smart splitters in my my building queue here. I keep selecting them. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have the materials to do this. So these guys we want close, right? Is that the gap that we've got on the other side? Yes, I think so. Yeah, that's the gap. Nice. So, we'll get these guys in place. So in there. We want the input on the other side of this one. Wait a minute. Oh no. Fail. None of these line up with each other. Oh. How did I even do that? So now I wonder if these are... Awesome. Alright. I don't know what it was lining up with, but the whole second row is good because I based it off of the first one, so, or off of one that was in the right spot. Try this again. Gotta love it. At least they make it simple to do. A little deconstruction and reconstruction. Oh, because I think I had it lined up with the other side. That's probably why I still had those built. I don't know. I don't know what I did. I'll watch it again, figure it out. But now those line up, right? That's better. And that puts them a little bit closer, so that is a good thing. I did also get my webcam while I was actually gone. Got that all set up. I did get that set up yesterday. Obviously, I'm going to check the settings to make sure that what I did was correct. And then I should be able to do some live streaming here shortly. Possibly even this evening. I'll have to see kind of what my schedule looks like and works out to be. I don't have a green screen yet, so it's just going to be the boring, like, my ceiling background. But that should be here shortly as well. I got one of those that hooks to the back of a chair, an office chair, because my whole setup has to be mobile, because I'm eventually, I'm guessing pretty soon, there's a lot of storms popping up across the country, and you can hear probably outside of my window here. There's lightning here, but there's a lot of hail and tornadic stuff popping up today. So I would guess that Monday I will be shipped out somewhere that got hail this weekend for work. So, but like I said, my whole setup has to be mobile. I can't do a desktop. I've got to do a laptop. That's totally the wrong orientation there. So that's why I got the green screen that attaches to a chair. Plus, we don't have a ton of room. Like, I don't have a designated area in my house that I've got set up for. That's going to be loud. For an office / media setup room. So I got to be a little bit mobile. That does come through on the mic, so you guys are definitely going to hear that. Lots of lightning today. So I do kind of have to have my setup has to be even mobile at home, because if we need the space for something different, then I've got to move it all. So, but there's that. Those should be my splitters. Get these all belted up here. I don't know of a way that you can make this more compact than this, and you'll see why in a second. There's kind of a lot of components that have to go into it. The only way I can think of that you could make it more compact would be to feed it linearly, and like I said, that doesn't work out well, because it overfeeds the first one and starves the last one. Can't afford, so I need some more beams here, which we have right over here. We're making and storing a ton of those. Most of this stuff may be stopped already because it's... Oh, probably not the beams, because they're feeding into... to make these reinforced iron beams. I don't know how many of these I've got already built up. A lot. I love these giant storage pods. So you can see at least those bottom 2 rows, 2 sections are full, which is awesome. But this whole thing, I'm sure, is full aside from what's feeding the other beams there, so grab a lot of these. I think I'm making storing 6 per minute extra on the reinforced beams, so not a ton, but I won't be using a whole lot of the, well, I guess I will once I start doing Mark IV conveyors, so it'll be good to have a big stockpile of that stuff built up for moving forward with everything. Alright, and I should put these as a hotkey since these are the belts I'm pretty much always using now, but comes another loud thunder. I kind of wish they had storms in this game too, like a weather aspect of it. I don't know how that would work, but it would be kind of cool to have that kind of environmental stuff in the game. I think it gets foggy from time to time, but I don't think any other storm related stuff. Oh, that's totally the wrong one. I would have just fed wire back, and I guess I could do that, feed wire straight in and just do make these constructors all cable, but I don't want to do that. So there's, like I said, I don't think you can make this more compact because of that. So you've got to feed the thing, and in order to feed it, you got to have this space in order to not be clipping in. I guess you probably could run it over this and then turn and come down in here. So there's some, I guess I could save some space by doing that, but I don't think I need to. I think I've got plenty set up here. So change all these to wire. I'm not going to run power to anything yet until I get it all set up, and then I'll start running wire or cables and stuff. Power. That's what I'm trying to say. My brain mostly works today. But at least I wasn't the one that had to drive to Moab right after getting everything all set up. I think my brother's wife actually ended up driving most of it, so, which is totally understandable because I think I slept for a couple hours, maybe an hour before my wife actually got to their house to pick me up, and drove to the gas station to get energy drinks, and my wife's like, I'm gonna take over. And she drove home because apparently it wasn't, I didn't remember it being a scary ride, but apparently she thought it was. So there was just a couple moments where I was overly cautious in spots that I didn't really need to be, which is better than the alternative. I wasn't falling asleep while I was driving. It's just my brain was not functioning correctly, so exhaustion is a bad thing when driving. So there we go. Are we all lined up? Like, I feel like this one is closer than that side. Did it like partially clip through this one too? No. What the heck? I think that these are further away. But it totally works. So I may move this whole row. I'm not going to do it right now. But I may move this whole row back another one. This whole row of constructors, because that will save me a space. Oh jeez. Can't go up there. And it doesn't clip through too badly. Right there. So there you go. I am going to move all of this back one more space, and get it all set up, which means I will have to move all of those back one more space. Ah, the joys. And the only reason I'm doing this, the only reason I'm like way overly cautious of space is because I have so many belts, and I'm gonna have so many constructors that I hardly have the space here. And of course, I was thinking, oh, it's just wire. I'll put the wire on the short side, because you can see right out the window there that there's a mountain that kind of limited the length of this leg of the factory. All the rest of them are 25 spaces, and this one's only like 16. So I'm already working in a shortened area, which, like I said, I didn't think was going to be a big deal, and then I found all of this copper, which I probably don't have to run it all in here, but like I said, I've got it all. I've got them all set up, so I'm gonna use it. And I know that later on we use a lot of wire. The game uses a lot of wire, so I want it available for all the computers and all of that, so that we can crank a lot of those out and not be limited. So that's why I just went ahead and went with it. But we will try to jump up here. We will leave it there, and like I said, I'll move all of these just one more space, give us a little bit more room, and then kind of recount and move these. I'll probably have to move these 2 spaces. That's going to be a loud one too. Good thing everything's plugged into a surge protector, because we might be losing power today. But again, I will leave it here. I appreciate everybody watching. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell to get the content regularly. Get notified of when I upload stuff. That way you don't miss any of the videos. I do have playlists, so if you're here just for Satisfactory, hit that playlist button. I've got a whole bunch from the very beginning, kind of how to play through videos, how to set things up, kind of where the best area in this section of the world is to set up. So lots of cool videos in there. And then, like I said, we're going to keep going, moving forward, start doing some live streaming here pretty soon. It will probably be in this video, and I'll probably jump in or have my son jump in with me. And I think that one of the next ones that we're going to do is going to get oil. So I really want to get the wiring section done, and then we'll jump over there and go search for oil. So, but enjoy your day, evening, morning, whatever time it is you're watching this. I'll get this all uploaded. That way we got a video for today, and then we should be able to get back on schedule, barring any sort of deployment for my work, and we'll kind of see how that goes. Like I said, I haven't been out yet since I've started this channel. It's been kind of a slow storm season for us, so we'll see how that all plays out when I'm out in the living out of a hotel, essentially. As far as recording and everything goes, we haven't hit that yet. But again, have a good evening. That was a long goodbye, and we'll see you in the next one.
Remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and click the bell icon to get notified for every video my dad makes. Thank you for watching.